Hello, you're watching Kill67 Gaming, and it's been a little while since we've done one of these.
Yep.
So we have picked up a few things, which means it's time for
Another hole.
So like I said there, we have got a few things. It's just a few things, we're not going mental because that backlog pile, it just doesn't get any smaller, does it?
No, and it needs to.
Well, can't see that happening anytime soon. Especially not with the new PS Premium thing. There's those games on there that need played as well. Anyway, we just have a quick look at what we have picked up. Got a good range of systems, genres and eras, I think. So I'll start off with what's probably the oldest game that we've picked up, but it is one that I did have back in the day. In fact, I had this particular variant back in the day, and it is Double Dragon on the Spectrum. Now, Double Dragon, if you don't know what it is, then you obviously don't know nothing about retro games. The one thing that I do particularly like about this, and unbelievably as a kid, it completely conned me, but if you have a look at the screenshots on the back of the cassette, you can see that the graphics are actually arcade perfect. Do you see that? Mm-hmm. There's a very good reason why the graphics are arcade perfect, because the screenshots are of the arcade game. This looks nothing like the screenshots that it shows. But got a nostalgia bomb for myself, so that was one that I wanted to pick up.
Next up is a game for the Xbox One. This is the LA Noire. Could you class it as a remaster in a sense of a way?
It probably is a remaster. It's definitely a re-release.
Yeah, it's a re-release because it originally came out on 360 and PS3 and got released on Xbox One and PS4 as well as Switch, if I remember correctly, for some reason.
Well, of course it'll work on the Switch because it ran on
360 hardware.
Aye.
Yeah. But
I actually really liked this game when it first came out on 360 and PS3.
But this was also released around the Xbox One X, so I'm guessing at some point I'll see put it on the Series X for better graphics and that.
Is Team Bondi still a thing? Because I'm wondering why we've never had another one. Because I really did like that game.
I'm not sure, I'll be perfectly honest with you.
No. Possibly they shut down the studio. Another nice pickup here. This one includes Nintendo tax, but it's a great game, and it is the original Resident Evil. This is obviously an updated version. It's got better graphics, but it's still the old game. It's tank controls, not like the 2 and 3 remakes that we've seen. I think we're getting a 4 remake as well, aren't we?
Yeah, we're getting a 4 remake.
But this was the first remake that they've done up to, well, it increased it one generation from PlayStation to GameCube. Did they do it on PS2? I don't know if they did. But anyway, they updated the graphic by one generation. And actually, at that point, the graphics got a huge upgrade just going one generation higher.
Next up is another Xbox One game. This is Streets of Rage 4. Obviously, Streets of Rage is a series which we've quite enjoyed. I believe we played the first 3 on the channel, if I remember correctly.
When this first came out, it came out on Game Pass, didn't it?
Yes, it's now went off Game Pass for some reason.
We never actually completed it, I don't think. I think we've got quite a long way through it.
We did at least start it and got a bit of the way through, but never actually full on went into it and finished it. But I guess now we're obviously
now we can
continue it and finally finish it.
Got a game here for the original PlayStation. It is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. This is the original one. I believe it's a tactical first-person shooter. I don't really play shooters. I might actually give this a go because the older ones is probably a good place for me to jump in because it scratches my retro itch as well. Yeah. I might give it a go and see what it's like. But yeah, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. sure I'll play it. Don't actually have a massive library for our PS1, so
Next up, again for the Xbox One, this is Saints Row the Third, the remastered, which comes with all the DLC from the 360 game and that. I'm guessing this will be probably the one that you'll play a bit because
I played the hell out of this one again on the Xbox 360.
But this one, I'm guessing it'll obviously have upgraded graphics and it'll have all the DLC, so definitely.
Yeah.
I'm guessing one for that. And once again, another one which came out on around the time of the Xbox One X, so it'll have 4K graphics if to go on the Series X, won't it?
I would imagine so, yeah. Another game for the original PlayStation, and this one is Popstar Maker. Now, you're looking at this and probably thinking, this is pure shovelware, and there was shovelware on the PS1. However, I will draw your attention to the logo in the corner, Eidos Interactive. This is made by the same people who brought us Tomb Raider. So what we can do just from that is, actually they made shovelware too, because this actually isn't particularly good. But I do remember playing it. I don't remember owning it, but I do remember playing it when I had my original PlayStation. So there is a little bit of nostalgia. I did throw it in the machine, and after 20 seconds that nostalgia went. But there you go.
Next up is a game for the Wii U. This is Lego Marvel Superheroes. Now, this is the first out of the two which they did release for the Lego Marvel Superheroes, because they did do a second one afterwards, but only the first one was on Wii U. So it's quite nice to pick up some Wii U titles.
Yeah, I like Wii U a lot, so it's good to...
It's quite a good console and that
stuff.
But, and especially for Lego games as well, because Lego games are always fun, no matter what it is, really, aren't they? So, just quite a good combination.
It's a strange thing, because I know I always whinge whenever we pick up a GameCube game that I've paid Nintendo tax. You do pay Nintendo tax, obviously, on Wii U games as well. Probably even more Nintendo tax, to be fair.
Because it's a more up-to-date console and that.
But there's still a little bit, maybe because I like the Wii U console so much, that I'd prefer to pick up games on that system than on PS3 or Xbox 360 if they came out on everything.
Yeah.
Strange, I know. So maybe I should stop whinging about GameCube Nintendo tax. Got a PC, well, not really a game. No, that is, but it's not. It's an expansion. So this one is the Rome Total War, and this is the Barbarian invasion expansion pack. So love the original Rome Total War. Got it down here somewhere. This expansion will add new factions, new missions, all that kind of gear. So it's not a new game, but it's old school DLC before we had proper internet.
Next up for the PlayStation 2, this is Star Ocean Till the End of Time. Now, Star Ocean is obviously RPG. You played the one on 360 now, haven't you?
I haven't played it all the way through, actually.
No, but you did play.
I played a good bit of it.
Yeah. I've never played a Star Ocean game, but potentially should, especially considering we've got a few now. But when seen it, thought it's one that probably both will play. So
yeah, this one, it's only going to go higher and higher in price. So we thought we'd get in before it goes mental.
Plus, it will probably be just a good game that both will.
Well, it'll be a good game too, but these niche games do tend to really ramp up in price. I think this is the last one, is it? And it's another old school DLC or expansion, and it is again for Rome Total War, and this one is Alexander. So it's the same as the Barbarian invasion. We're looking at new civilizations, new factions, new missions, that kind of thing. Just really getting a little bit more out of the game that I really quite like. That there's a lot in anyway, but I don't know if this being Alexander, will that maybe give us a little bit more of North Africa on the map as well as giving us Europe? I shall find out when I get round to playing it. But obviously, being a strategy game, massive time sink, and not something that I'm going to
easily just get
knock
through.
out in an afternoon.
Yeah.
That's it then.
Yeah.
So that was a quick run through of what we've got. I guess we better start attacking that backlog.
Yeah, before picking up massive amounts of games again, or just even small amounts, because it is getting just even longer and longer at this point, isn't it?
No, it is. But that'll do it for this video. So if you haven't already,
Give us a like, a share, and a subscribe, and turn the notification bell so you can find out when we upload, and we will see you in the next video.